When I stopped playing Kotoko, that was 1993, Coach Malik,
Jabir?
Malik Jabir, yeah,
Okay.
he was a coach. So he told me to be his assistant.
Oh, okay.
Because by then all the players, they knew me, they all loved me, and he thought he could use me to
try to
control the players. Yeah. Now saying that, I also started gaining interest in it, and that was where I started the coaching. So I was his assistant coach, and unfortunately he left. So there was a coach called Watara.
Yeah.
He came, and then I was also his assistant. And then Bukasiza came, and then I was his assistant.
The Bukasiza you worked with at the Black
Yes. So when he left, Bukasiza left, I took over.
Oh, okay.
From 95, 96. So I was the head coach.
So at what point did you leave Kotoko? Because I was made to understand that you also went to the UK or something. Did you abandon the coaching and went to the UK, or you went to the UK to improve yourself in the coaching area?
No, actually, when I left Kotoko, that was 96.
Yeah.
Yeah, when I left, there was an incident actually at 95, 96 season. Yeah. By then, we were doing very well. We had then won even 3 cups. The Gala, and Autumn 4 Cup, and one other cup. So we had won 3 cups, and we were on top of the league. So the management of Kotoko at that time, I think it was Georgido. So he said, "Oh, Kwasi, you've done very well," but because we were left with 2 matches to finish the league.
Oh, okay.
And where we've reached, he wants, you should get a big coach so that at least we could finish the league. I said, we've played the league only 2 matches.
But the season is almost over.
Yeah. So when he said Coach Afrani, I said, "Oh, okay, he's my father. I can't say anything."
Yeah, okay.
So if you want him to continue. So I actually decided to step back totally.
Oh, okay.
And then, unfortunately, they came to Tema and lost the game against Appiah. And that was where Goldfields won the league that season.
I see. Incredible. And talk to me briefly on coming back to the Black Stars as a coach. I remember this was somewhere 2007, 2008 thereabout, when you came in to assist Milovan, right? Or you started with Clodoroy?
No, I came back in 2009, 2000 to be the assistant coach of Jones Atikofio.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Remember the time we used House of Folk?
The House team.
So
you were
Nigeria.
the assistant coach
Yes.
then? Oh, okay. I see.
So,
okay. And then you've had many stints with the national team.
Yeah,
as a player, a coach, you assisted Jones, and then later you came to work with Milovan Rajevac.
Yes.
And I want to...
I came to work with Claude Roy.
Okay, so you started with Claude
Roy, yeah.
And then Milovan
so
Rajevac.
He left, and then Milovan, and then Milovan left, and then Plavi.
Plavi came in, and then after Plavi, you took over. Tell us about the work within the national team, starting with Jones to Leroy to Milo.
Working at the national level, you're dealing with people with high professional attitude.
Yeah.
So first of all, the most important thing is to command respect. If actually they don't have any respect for you, So once you've commanded that respect, then I learned a lot from, especially Milo.
Wow.
He will be free with you, do anything with you, but you never cross his line. When you set up rules, you make sure everybody, follows. And that was one good thing that I learned from him. As to others, I learned a lot about their coaching skills.
Oh, okay.
But Milo, he had a lot of confidence in me.
Oh, okay.
And he trusted me, and he saw me like a brother.
Yeah.
So, in actual all his lines, he was doing very well most of the time, leaving it to me to do and let him see. There are some matches that you are like, okay, I want you to make the selection, so I'll do it. And sometimes you look at it and say, oh, why should you leave this player out? So I'll explain as to why I'm leaving out. And then, oh, okay, let's try yours. If no work, you try mine.
I see.
I see. He was really good, and he allowed me to lead most of the lines, and it actually helped me.
It helped you a lot. If you just joined us here on Prime Take, we are speaking to former Black Stars coach Kwasi Appiah, former Black Stars captain Kwasi Appiah, former Al Hilal Omdurman, right, in Sudan when you went to Sudan.
Al Khartoum.
Al Khartoum, yes. Former coach of Al Khartoum, and he's sharing with us his life story, how he started out. Then we're not talking about his coaching career at the national team. He's worked with many coaches, from June Satikufiu to Cloloroy to Milovan Rajevac. Plavi, he became his own man from after the 2012 African Cup of Nations, if my memory serves, Gabon, Equatorial Guinea. And then he led us to the 2013 AFCON, 2014 World Cup, 2019 AFCON, he was in charge. And it's been quite an interesting story so far to hear from him. Coach, tell us, so you were part of the decision to attempt to drop Milovan from the 2010 World Cup, isn't it? Because I hear Milo has said that, no, you people got to the Milton Keynes and Milovan disappeared. And you people wanted to drop him from the team.
Yeah, you see, these are some of the traits that I learned from Milo, because you could be the best player, but if you try to misbehave or do things that he's not happy, you make sure you fall in line, And as you said, he made the decision. The big man wanted to change it, and they realized that it's not easy, when he makes a decision, But at the end of the day, after allowing Sule to stay, Sule also realized that, he can't, and I think it's something that I picked a lot from him.
You picked a lot from him, and then you became your own man in 2012. But before that, speak to us briefly about that 2012 AFCON in Gabon, Equatorial Guinea, because you were assistant to Plavi. And Plavi has said that if he doesn't win the African Cup of Nations, he was going to walk away. He didn't win it. He came back and was trying to defend it. I was at that press conference at was it Alisa Hotel, where he was trying to insist that he claimed there was juju in camp. That's why we didn't win the tournament. And he even wrote it in his report.
Yeah. I don't think it's fair. Actually, I remember we did have a meeting. We had a meeting after the competition, and he wanted to know all our problems.
Yeah.
So automatically, a player might say something, but you yourself should sit down and ask yourself, does what he's saying make sense? Or, because you can't jump and say, all the players believe in juju.
Yeah.
When maybe only one player says that, if all the players accept or agree that they deal in juju, then you confine it to everyone. But this is a situation where maybe it was one person's comment, and then
it found its way into your...
Well, see, when you go out there for a competition and you don't do well, you just, as a coach, you accept it, and move on. You don't need to attribute the problems to a player or that. Those ones, for me, It doesn't make sense. If you're not competent enough, raise your hands and make sure you carry on.